Hey guys, it's Haseo, and we're back with another video. This time, not actually a live tournament recording, but instead we're going to be going over my ladder session for suspect testing Espathra. That's right, Espathra is getting tested for Doubles OU. It is a Pokemon that kind of gained popularity over the last few months. It kind of rewards not allowing the other opponent to play the game half the time. So typically what you do, I'm using one right now just to show how it works. Typically you'll lead a Spathra plus one of your fake out users. So in this case, they have some pretty good options for it. So I'm going to lead my Incineroar. And the reason for that is because typically your goal is to just protect it. And they had the Chi-Yu and they had the Brute Bonnet. And the Brute Bonnet forces sleep onto it while the Chi-Yu can just pressure hard-hitting moves off the bat, but instead they lead the Enamorus and the Indeedee, which is a little surprising to me. I wasn't expecting that. Enamorus, if it Terras, then it can avoid this fake out, so I'm going to hope that it doesn't Terra. It does, but it does not Terra into something grounded, which is good for me. So I'm going to be able to get a Calm Mind up, and I'm going to get a speed boost. And this is literally how the team works. So now my Espathra is +1, +1, +1. I get a speed boost every turn because I have the speed boost ability. And from here, I can either protect and get another speed boost, or I can Calm Mind again. I'm going to actually Calm Mind again and go to my Rillaboom because it gives me the grassy terrain and it'll give me the defense boost because I have the grassy seeds on it. They're going to go for the Follow Me again, and they go for a Terra Blast. And as you can see, it does absolutely nothing to me. And now I'm +2, +2, +2, +1. It's only been 2 turns, and my opponent is already in a very bad spot because I can literally just, I don't even have to do much more. I can go to my Goldango if I want. I'm not running the proper Goldango. Typically, you'll run Nasty Plot plus Make It Rain on it and just have another setup mon. Plus, you can set up more on top of the defense buffs you have already. But I ended up opting to go for a Recover and Dazzling Gleam one. So I'm going to Calm Mind again. I'm just going to fake out the Enamorus again because, like, what's stopping me from doing that, you know? They go for another Follow Me. My opponent obviously is low ladder and they forfeit. But that's kind of how it works. You kind of just set yourself up with your Espathra, and then either you can go for Stored Powers because they also get Stored Power, which at this point I'm going to be doing probably a one-shot on everything on their team besides the Dark types, of course. Or I can Baton Pass out. And because they have 2 Dark types, which, you know, will be immune to my stored power, I could actually go to my Primarina if I want as well, and then just start dishing out damage with that. So that's how it works. I'm not going to abuse the Spothra too much because I don't think it's fun to play. I think it's pretty boring, and that's part of the reason why I think that it should be banned, because I think playing it is boring. I think playing against it is boring, and it's too much of a fish. So, like, let's say this Brute Bonnet was an Among Us with Cover Cloak, then it could maybe clear Smog me without me realizing it. But you need to run that in order to be able to counter it. And I also can't expect that because maybe I'll go for a Sword Power and I'll get the KO on it. You know, there's a lot that goes into a Spathra. But despite that, it also dumbs down the game a lot. And I don't think there's a clear cut way of beating it. I think it just can get free wins just by existing. But we'll go on to the next game, and this is just going to be me laddering until we hit a coil of, let me see, 2980. So right now I am only at 69. So I had to ladder a lot more. But yeah, we're going to keep going. So like I said, I'm low ladder, so I'm going to be fighting a lot of things I don't really understand too well. So for example, this team, we see a regular Typhlosion, a Gliscor. We see, okay, basically we see a bunch of Pokemon that do not want to fight snow, and then we see 2 Pokemon that are annoying for snow. So my goal this game is to not get, well, first, not get destroyed by Choice Scarf Eruption, because that is very possible that it's going to be doing that to me. And the second, just kind of win with my snow mode if possible. I do have the Terra Water on my Among Us, which I might actually try to abuse early on. I think I'm going to lead my Raging Bolt and my Among Us, and they're going to lead Gliscor and Rillaboom. I'm going to go for a Calm Mind, I am Citrus Berry, so sadly I do not get the ability to just kind of abuse. Actually, you know what? Why did I say it? I'm going to go to my Ninetales and try to set up a Veil. And I'm going to go for a Spore on a Glee Score. They probably will fake out my Amoonguss. Oh, they Protect. That works too. They set up a Sword Stance, which is definitely scary. The nice thing, at least, is I have Encore. So I can Encore them into the Sword Stance. I'm not going to this turn. I'm going to go for a Veil and a Sludge Bomb because I feel like I get the free Veil. Even though they're +2, I get the Snow Boost. So I should be able to tank anything they do. They go for a Poison Jab, and they go for a Seed Bomb. And like I said, this is low ladder. So kind of makes sense that these are the kind of things I am up against right now. I'm going to go to my Kyurem. And now I think Kyurem even lives a Eruption no matter what. And nothing wants to be taking Blizzards. Nothing here wants to take a Blizzard. Ninetales can freely go for Blizzard. I could also Palm Off myself, but I think just switch Blizzarding is my best play as they Protect. They lose their Rillaboom. They're probably going to go to their Typhlosion here. I'm just going to go to my Incineroar. Yep, I'm going to go to my Incineroar. I'm just going to Earth Power because I... Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I did not see the balloon for a second. Okay, that could have been bad. I'm just going to Icy Wind then, right? Icy when I'm faster and then Earth Power them. And I get damage off. They erupt. They do no damage to me. They do get another poison with their Poison Jab, but that's not a big deal. I'm going to switch out Blizzard. And the only reason I'm doing that is just because then I can bring my Ninetales back in, get my Snow back up, and Blizzard spam more. And this is the life of laddering, low ladder in Doubles OU. It's not the best ladder. I'm gonna be honest, Doubles OU is not known to being that great of a ladder. A lot of people will run cheese. A lot of people will run kind of nonsense like this. You'll see a lot of like hard Trick Room at the top, but there should be more people playing. So I'm gonna hope that we'll run into some cool players later on. For now, though, I'm just gonna bring in my Ninetales. I'm gonna Terra Steel, just in case they want to go for a Bullet Punch. Of course, they do not. They go for a Sword Stance because I guess they have Sword Stance on everything, but they can't KO me. I'm one speed point. Oh my god. I am one speed point slower than the GOAT, so I could actually underspeed this and be in a bad spot. Maybe I'm going to go for the Intimidate though, and I think I should be fine. They go for the Bullet Punch on my Ninetales. I go for the Blizzard. I don't get the Knockout. Do I get a Freeze? No. And they bulk up because they have no respect. No one respects me these days. It looks like it's just like a rando setup team. Very, very funny team. Very funky. And like I said, this is just a low ladder. Yeah, I got a double knockout here, and then the game should end. And we should be... Was that Air Balloon Dragonite? You know, it's part of the fun of this, though. At least you get to fight stuff like this, and you're like, what is going on? So they did reveal the Air Balloon Dragonite, though, which I guess they like Air Balloon. What is that? 1, 2, 3. I'm surprised they didn't have Air Balloon on their Glee Square at this point. But yeah, we're just gonna switch and KO, and we'll just go on to the next one. All right, we're fighting Mighty Snow, but I happen to be the one with the snow, so I don't know what's going on here. Once again, my snow mode just kind of beats them. They're gonna lead Thundurus and Toxapex. I'm just gonna set up my Veil, and I think I Freeze Dry, right? Just Freeze Dry to Toxapex. Leave the... What's the Thundurus really doing to me? They Volt Switch. They're gonna do literally negative damage. They have nothing to switch in here besides their Volcanion, so they're probably gonna go to Volcanion. Yeah, I'm gonna get a Freeze Dry off. Over 50%. It's crazy. And now I kind of wish I went for a Terra there, but there's no reason for me to Terra, so it's fine. I'm gonna go for another Freeze Dry and switch to my Bolt because Bolt just wins the game after a while. I can set up like 1 or 2 Calm Minds and just go from there. They're probably gonna go to Garchomp here. I don't see why they would not. I'm not gonna respect the Garchomp. I'm just gonna go for a Calm Mind and a Blizzard. I'm not even gonna Terra. They can go for whatever they want. If they get a knockout on my Kyurem, it's crazy, whatever. Oh, they go to Mungus, actually. I kind of want his Calm Mind anyway in Blizzard. I'm not really worried about this Among Us. They can put me to sleep if they want. And they do, but I got my Calm Mind up. Blizzard did 65, so I'm just going to Blizzard again. I'm going to ignore this Volcanion. It's Life Orb. I didn't even realize that. I'm gonna timer actually because, like I said, it's low ladder. We're trying to get through the low ladder because it takes a little bit. You got to get like 30 games in. Right now, I'm only at 417 on the coil. Like I said, I need to get all the way up to 2,000 or basically 3,000, right? Yeah, basically 3,000 coil. So it's a little bit of a grind. They get the KO with their Volcanion. I'm gonna go to my Incineroar here because that way I can pressure Fake Out and I can intimidate the possible Garchomp that's coming in, which does come in. And to be honest, I want a Terra and just fake out the Volcanion. Don't let them have any free damage on. Oh, okay, never mind. I gave them free damage, I guess, because now they're +2 or +1. A little scary, but I do have my Veil up still. I'm just gonna go to my Ninetales, I guess. Do I want to go Ninetales? That could be a throw. I'm gonna go to Amoonguss because I don't want to. Do I even need my Incineroar anymore? Actually, Draco Meteor or Dragon Pulse, Parting Shot. Do I need him? I don't need him. I'm just gonna Parting Shot. They Terra Fire. They go for the Stomping. They get a crit. They do not get the KO, thankfully. Now I get to go to my Ninetales, and I should. Oh wait, I just realized the Ninetales is 3-3-2. You see, Garchomp's not really a thing in the meta, so you don't always have to respect it. And that is why it is that speed. I'm gonna Encore their Volcanion into Steam Eruption, and I'm going to Protect. And the reason for that is because okay, they're just gonna attack. I thought they were gonna respect the possibility of me going for a Thunderclap into the slot, but I guess I am on low ladder, so it makes sense they would not. I'm gonna go for a Thunderclap now into the Garchomp. I'm just gonna go for a Blizzard, and yeah, I'm gonna get the KO. They don't even go for the knockout on my Ninetales, which means that depending on what they bring in next, I could probably just get another Veil up. As they go to Thundurus, Thundurus isn't really able to KO either my Pokemon. I'm pretty sure it was Scarf, right? Turn one. No, it wasn't. I said Veil first. Okay, so I can go for a Thunderclap then onto the Volcanion, and I can Veil again. And they Sludge Wave. Okay, they have Sludge Wave, which doesn't get the knockout on me, thankfully. I'm gonna go for the Fake Out now onto the Thundurus and go for the KO on the Staraptor with my Thunderclap. And it should be game. It's funny enough, it's a little sketchy because maybe they are Quick Attack or something. Nope. Okay, they're not. Oh, they're Sash. Weird. Okay, but that's fine. I'm gonna make a bet that they're choice locked into this Sludge Wave, and I'm just gonna go for the Protect here. I kind of want to ignore the bird, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna attack it here. I'm gonna go for 2 attacks. I think they're stuck in Sludge Wave, and yeah, that's game. All right, now we're up against a pretty interesting looking team. It looks like a hard Trick Room team with a King Gambit. The King Gambit might be Sword Stance. I'm a little afraid that they might have the Belly Drum on their Iron Hands too, which would be kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. With that said, I do have the Focus Energy on my Ogerpon, and I feel like that kind of just threatens a lot on them already. I do have my Amoonguss too, and they really do not want to fight my Amoonguss. Actually, they hate fighting my Amoonguss. It puts everything to sleep. So I'm going to lead Amoonguss plus Ninetales because, like I said, they do not want to fight Amoonguss. They get the attack boost. That's not a big deal. I'm going to go for the Veil and the Spore onto their Porygon. Maybe they go for the Fake Out on my Tails, and then I can get put them to sleep, and then I can proceed to Encore them. No, they're going to go for the Trick Room. I'm going to go for the Spore again on this Porygon, and I'm going to bring out my... Do I want to bring out my Ogerpon or my... I think Ogerpon's better here. I'm going to go to Ogerpon. I'm going to put this Porygon to sleep. Nice. And they go for the Flare Blitz. They get the burn, which is good for them. Not good for me. The fact that I stayed in, I'm a little afraid they're going to be the safety goggles because this team really does not fighting or opposing Amoonguss. But I'm gonna switch out to my Incineroar here. I feel like they had to go for the knockout on my Incineroar or on my Amogus because of how much pressure it's adding. And now I'm in just a fantastic spot because I can just knock off and I can IV Cudgel. I got the focus energy boost now, so I'm gonna be doing a ton of damage. And I'm slower than my Incineroar, so I'm gonna be knocking off the item first. And I said this was a hard Trick Room team, but their only Trick Room setter is the Porygon, I just realized. So if they lose the Porygon, I think they just lose the game. As they go to Iron Hands, they are booster actually, but they don't wake up. That was a 3-turn sleep. I was a little lucky for me. I actually don't get the KO. I was not expecting not to get the KO there. That was surprising, but that is okay. I think I want to I kind of want to parting shot protect and hope that they just like double into me, but I feel like they're gonna not want my Incineroar around either now. I'm gonna go for the parting shot onto their Iron Hands, and I can keep the Porygon around because the Porygon, it's just a sitting duck. Literally, it's just a sitting duck. Uh, it doesn't do a whole lot to me at this point. Getting damage on the Iron Hands is a lot better. And then the following turn, I can deal with the Porygon with either my Ogerpon or one of my back Pokemon. And realizing that they switch out the Porygon here, they go for the Drain Punch. Do not get the knockout. And then I get a parting shot off. I'm going to go to my Kyurem here. I could go to anything really, but I'm going to choose Kyurem. I get a nice 58% on that Iron Hands. And now I can just kind of double it. And I don't think it lives in Earth Power, right? It should not live in Earth Power because it's not Assault Vest. As they fake me out, and I just get a free knockout anyway. And at this point, I think it's game because, like I said, this is a hard Trick Room team, but they do not have the Trick Room anymore because I just never let the Porygon set it up. The Porygon will always be threatened by knockouts here. I kind of want to double the Amoonguss here. Freeze Dry and Ivy Cudgel. They did protect, but like that's fine. What are they really doing to me, right? I could have attacked into the Incineroar, but I just didn't want to give them anything with their Amoonguss. They go to their Porygon here. I'm just gonna go to my Porygon and I'm going to, or not my Porygon, I'm gonna go to my Amoonguss and I'm gonna attack their, yeah, I guess they forgot that I was able to avoid the Rage Powder. Yeah, I think they forgot that Ogerpon is grass too. And yeah, this is not getting any better for them, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna protect Spore here. The only reason for that is to maybe bait them into going for a Blood Moon into my Ogerpon. And I really don't even need my Amoonguss anymore. So I Spiky Shield here. They go for the Blood Moon into my Ogerpon. Or not into my Ogerpon, into my Amoonguss, but I lived it actually. So I get the Spore off anyway. And now I'm going to go to my Ninetales. I'm actually going to Encore them into the Pollen Puff because then they're literally doing nothing to me. And I'd rather that than... Okay, they just switched to their Incineroar, which is fine. I'm going to set up a Veil, and I'm going to go for just another Ivy Cudgel. Have they terrored yet? No, they haven't terrored yet. This is... Again, this is just low ladder stuff. We're going to get some good games, hopefully, later on. But right now, like I said, we're just clicking buttons. They faked out, which means that I can actually just freely go for an attack, and they realize that, and they forfeit. And we are at... Oh, we hit 1,000. I don't know how... I think it goes slower as time goes on. I think the coil goes up slower. All right, we're fighting a team. I don't know what I'm looking at. Again, we are low ladder. A part of me is scared to lead this. I just realized, what if they are Sunny Day? They could be Eruption, right? I gotta switch. I actually have to switch my Ninetales here. Or I could Terra? Terra Steel? Or Terra Fire? Do I need my Terra for anything else? I don't think I do, actually. I'm gonna Terra Fire. Veil. They fake Tears. Is that Assault Vest? That's Assault Vest. And they Flash Cannon my Ninetales, but they fake Tears my Cure. Okay. Well, that's Assault Vest for sure. I'm just gonna go for a Blizzard and a Blizzard, which seems kind of weird. Actually, do I want to? Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna go for a double Blizzard here, because I'd actually like to deal with this Whimsicott for later. I don't want it around so I could set up Tailwinds in the future, and also I didn't want to be able to Encore me. In comes the Gardevoir, and the one thing I gotta say is because they got me at -2, I had to switch, I think. Um, I'm gonna go to Amoonguss, and I'm gonna my Ogre just both my Fairy Resists. As they go for a Moonblast, they're gonna do nothing behind my Veil, and the Earth Power I dodge. Perfect for me. Now I'm gonna Spore their Gardevoir, and I'm actually gonna go for an Ivy Cudgel on their Heatran because I ignore it. Oh, is this Sap Sipper? Ooh, it is Sap Sipper. Okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't actually think about the Sap Sipper play, but that does make a lot of sense. I get the free knockout on the Heatran, but they are +1 on this Goodra. They could do stuff to me. I do have the Intimidate though, so probably not a lot if I'm being honest. Um, in fact, I am going to go to my Incineroar here. I'm just going to. I think I focus energy actually, so I can just start hitting big damage. Or do I just want damage on this Gardevoir right away? Maybe just getting damage is fine. I'll go to Incineroar. I get the -1 on the Goodra just in case it has anything. I dodged. Oh. Okay, well that died, but +2. This thing doesn't get body press. It's Suian form that gets it, I believe. That is interesting, but I can encore them into this. That is attack booster. I think I'm gonna go to my Kyurem here and parting shot onto the Roaring Moon. Oh, they protect and they okay. Well, now I'm just gonna go to Ninetales and Blizzard. This is a little scary, but like I feel like I have just ways of dealing with it later. It's not that big of a deal. I just want to hit my blizzards. I'm a little nervous about blizzards today, blind blizzarding. I missed a lot today with my blizzards, so I don't want to risk that. As we go to our Ninetales, they Terra fighting. Does this thing get body press? And I didn't realize it. It does. Oh, I didn't even know that. All right, well that's a little scary. The nice thing is I do have my Raging Bolt. I'm gonna actually go for a Calm Mind with it, and I'm just gonna go for another Blizzard. And the reason for that is because I just need to deal with this moon, really, right? Oh, they're toxic. That's okay. That's a little cringe. I'm gonna go for the Protect and the Blizzard, and like I'm just slowly doing damage to this Goodra at this point, and eventually I'll be taking care of this Roaring Moon. And once I do, um, this should be relatively free for my Goodra or for my Raging Bolt to take out the Goodra later. They go for the Iron Head on the wrong slot. I don't know why they Iron Head that slot. And in comes the Milo. I think I just go for a Dragon Pulse and a Freeze Dry into this Goodra. I don't get the knockout, but that's fine. And now I can just go for the Blizzard and the Freeze Dry again. The game, this game's over. Even though they got the +3 and they have like the fighting boosted body presses and it's like kind of sketchy, this should just be over. I've done too much damage. I have too many special attackers. If this was more of like a physical spam team, that'd be different. But oh, they get the crit though, so this game will go a little bit longer. I'm gonna freeze dry and horn leech, and unless they protect, this should just be game right now. And that's game. Okay, moving on to the next. We'll eventually fight something more real. I promise. Okay, since the point of this is actually to show off the emu a little bit, I think we should bring a Espathra at least a couple of games. So we're gonna bring it this one. We're fighting. I don't even know. I can't tell you what we're fighting. I don't know what I'm looking at. I do see a Blaziken though. Blaziken, funny enough, is known as the physical Espathra, just not as good because obviously Espathra just gives you special defense plus the one defense boost, and it has harder hitting moves overall with the stored power. So it's a lot more threatening. But I don't know what to even expect here. I'm just going to lead Espathra plus Rillaboom. I get the +1 defense. They lead Tinkaton. I'm just going to Calm Mind, fake out the burps. They're going to Terra Fairy. This shouldn't get my Espathra, though. Oh, they sword stance. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna protect, and I'm going to switch out to my Incineroar because that's kind of how the team works. So I'm just gonna go to my Incineroar and I'm gonna get an Intimidate on them. Even though they're +2 now, it does not matter because I am. Oh, their own tempo, but it doesn't matter because I can just pick them out. And they go Gigaton Hammer. I'm going to Calm Mind, and I'm going to fake out their Tinkaton because that's the most threatening thing right now, unless they crit me. But I don't even know if a crit gets me. They follow me. I get the. Yeah, this is kind of just how it works. I'm gonna I'm gonna protect again. Actually, just to make sure I'm faster than everything. Go to my Rillaboom. They go for the Ivy Cudgel. They Sword Stance again. It's not a big deal. Now I'm gonna Baton Pass and fake out their Tinkaton, and the reason for that is just because I don't want to risk getting crit anymore. I just want to go to my Goldango and win the game freely. So I'm going to go to my Goldango now. They follow me anyway. And now I'm +2. I kind of want to just make it rain and just don't risk anything. They just leave. See, and that's Espathra for you. All right, here we are with another Espathra game. This time we're up against... I don't know what I'm fighting against, guys. I'm sorry. I wish I could give you some real crazy good games, but I have no clue what's going on. We're just going to lead the Incineroar plus the Espathra. I'm going to turn 1 Calm Mind plus fake out their Swampert, and the reason for that is just because I think the Swampert might have Roar. So my goal is actually just go +1, +1, +1, +1. I know it's a lot of pluses, but yep, they're going to go to their Arcanine. I'm going to set up my +1s. And now I think that's literally just enough for me to Baton Pass, switch to my Rillaboom, get the defense boost, and go to my Goldango. And the idea is, even though they might go for a fire move into me, it doesn't even matter because I'm going to be +1 anyway. The scary thing is if they roar me. And funny enough, this is all you really need to activate your Goldango. Because Goldango is just a good Pokemon in general. That you could do this. They go for a close combat anyway. And they set up Stealth Rocks. Okay. I mean, this team does switch a lot, but like not enough for that to be an issue. I'm just going to set up a Nasty Plot. Because why not? I have the ability to. It's not like I'm getting threatened by much. They could, I guess, be Cover Cloak on the Arcanine. But if they are, then it's like, okay, whatever. I'll take my loss if they Cover Cloak, hit me. Actually, should I just Terra? I'm Terra Fairy. What are they threatening me with? Like Sand Slash? I'm gonna Terra. Just don't risk it. Because they might go for a ground move too, and I don't want to like get rando crit and lose the game. But yeah, I'm +1. I'm not gonna outrun like Slush Rush, Sand Slash, but that's fine. I set up my Poison Jab. Okay, every Poison Jab is poison today. But yeah, I am faster than this Arcanine. They are -1. They use Terra Fire already. I'm literally just gonna Grassy Glide because there's no way this Swampert lives. And I'm just gonna KO the Arcanine. And I'm also gonna set timer just because we're still low ladder. They protect, that's fine. I get the knockout. If they go to, let's say, their Sand Slash, I'm literally just going to protect, switch to my Incineroar, and then I'm gonna pressure fake out again. I can go to my Espathra at some point too and start getting set up with another Espathra because I have to deal with my Goldango. So if I send out my Espathra, they can't just be like, okay, let me deal with the Espathra first because the Goldango's sitting there doing too much damage. So in comes the Sand Slash. I'm literally just going to go to my Incineroar and protect. They go to Ninetales as expected. And they go for the knockoff. I'm just going to fake out, make it rain. I am faster than the Ninetales because I got +1 in speed. And so this way, they also Terra, so they can't even Terra out of this. I don't let them get their Veil up. And I really don't see a path for them. I know this is low ladder, but like, even for low ladder players, does this look fun to you? This is kind of the issue with Espathra. I think the games are just like not fun. Like, what am I doing? I'm just sitting here clicking protect fake out, set up protect fake out, setup, but I know some teams do that. But the issue is Espathra does it so well, so easily, and threatens so quickly with like being able to baton pass to just something random like a Heatran, like a gold. Like look at this is. I don't want to sound like biased, but like this is just silly. I only have +1 in all the stats, but like I'm not scared of anything. I can just protect switch. If they KO this slot, I'm just gonna go back to my Incineroar. In fact, if they don't have Icy Rock, I just stall out the snow. I think the scariest thing is this Arcanine might be able to KO me. And this forfeit, because again, what's the point? There's no point in playing this. Okay, here's my last game for now with the Espathra. They have a pretty interesting team. Oh, thank you. They have a very interesting team because they have like the ability to block my yeah, they have the ability to block my fake outs. How do I want to do this? I do have Calm Mind on the Primarina too. On a team tour. Years back. I kind of want to lead the Espathra just for the fun of it. But I think this leading Primarina Okerpon is better. Yeah, I'm going to lead those two. They are... Okay. So they do have the fighting proto hands. Okay. I'm going to go for I have taunt on the Ogerpon. I'm going to go for a Terra just in case they try to do anything crazy. They go for the Trick Room. That's fine. I'm going to go for now it's a little bit weird, but I'm going to go for a Drain Kiss and a Ivy Cudgel. So it's the only way to get a personalized icon. There are a few ways. Oh, they also have Draining Kiss, which is weird, and Ice Punch. Okay. I got a little own there, but that's fine. I'm going to go to my Goldengo now. I'm just going to set up a plus... I'm going to KO them with the Ivy Cudgel, right? 31. Oh, I don't KO them. Okay, so I can't even set up yet. I'm going to go to I'm going to go for a Make It Rain and an Ivy Cudgel here. The goal is still the same. I did lose my Primarina and my Terra, but like, honestly, it's fine. I'm not really worried. They're going to go to our Incineroar, I guess, to try to live, but I just went for a double attack. And it comes to Farigiraf. That is fine. I'm going to go to my Incineroar and my Espathra. And they go for the Fake Out. I'm going to go for a Parting Shot on their Farigiraf, and I'm going to Protect as they go for a Helping Hand. Knock off. They're not going to get it off on me. I'm going to now go to my Rillaboom. And yeah, I'm just kind of doing my thing. I'm going to go back to my Incineroar here, and I'm going to go for a Calm Mind now. They go for the Hyper Voice. They do like nothing. Tempered Flare on themselves. What the heck does that do? Did they misclick? Wait, I'm confused. I don't know what just happened. Did I get owned somehow and I don't even realize it? I'm just gonna Parting Shot the Farigiraf again and Calm Mind. Okay, they whisk me. That's okay. Now they're -2 on there. I just go to my Rillaboom, right? And I'm just gonna go for... I mean, they revealed the Will-O-Wisp. Kind of want to just go for like the... No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Espathra is not broken. Don't listen to that. Espathra is not broken. I'm gonna Protect here. They're gonna go for an Earth Power actually, and a knockoff, and I get the knockout. I still gotta deal with this Incineroar at some point, but like I'm not really even in a rush at this point. Like I think I could set up another Calm Mind, but I think I'm just gonna Stored Power. It dies. Okay. Um, that's gone. I'm just gonna go for a Baton Pass, I guess. To my Goldango. I go for a U-turn. I'm gonna bring out my Incineroar. I Intimidate them. And like Fake Out, make it rain. If anything they bring in is gone. Yeah, this is exciting gameplay, guys. I know. I hope you all are enjoying this. GG's. Yeah, that was I feel bad for low ladder that they had to deal with this. Again, I know they don't have the best counterplay to this on the teams I am fighting. But like that's the issue too. Like every team needs to have counterplay, otherwise you're just accepting a loss, which sometimes you accept losses. Like against Hard Trick Room, you accept losses. I can't do anything against that beast. Hopefully it gets banned, so you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, we're just gonna make it rain. And they live, but the game is already over. They did 29% with their knockoff to me. And that is it. That was a lot of fun. And I guess we'll just, whenever this gets clicked, we'll move on to the next one. It's just so, it's such a goofy like way to play the game. And I know I technically am a big reason why Espathra gained popularity because of SCL, but I just think it's dumb, man. Where are we at? We're getting up there at least. Let's just move on to the next one. All right, on to the next one. We see another Typhlosion. Okay. I do have the Tornadus this time. I actually brought Sharp Beak Tornadus. I kind of wanted to try it out with the Smeargle. I believe it was Shyster who ran this. I saw someone in OSDT running this, and I thought it looked kind of fun to just mess around with. So I was like, you know what, let's try it. So here we are now. I am going to lead the Smeargle and the Tornadus. They are going to lead the Weavile and the Vikavolt. I see literally no reason why I shouldn't just Fake Out Protect here. Usually you never want to do this play. Usually this is like the worst play imaginable. But in this case, it's actually my best play because I don't have Protect on my Smeargle. So they go for the Fake Out. I go for the Fake Out, and now we're in a even situation where I'm going to go for the Spore now and the Tailwind. I'm going to go for the Spore on the Vikavolt. Actually, yeah, that seems right. I'm going to Spore the Vikavolt. They're going to go for the Ice Spinner, get the knockout on me. That is fine. Now I go to my Chi-Yu. I'm going to decorate myself and go for a Heat Wave. And the goal is literally, I'm just going to try to get my Chi-Yu up to like +4, +6, and I'm just going to sweep them. I'm Choice Scarf. I don't know if it's supposed to be Choice Scarf, but I made it Choice Scarf. And yeah, I don't know how they deal with this long term. My Smeargle's still on the field, which is annoying for them. They do have the Focus Sash. Their Vikavolt dies. I decorate. Maybe they have like some fighting move. They do, but they put it at my Smeargle. Okay. Well, now my Chi-Yu's still here. In comes Typhlosion. I'm gonna Spore their Typhlosion and go for a Heat Wave. They might be Ice Shard. Fake Out, Ice Spinner, Brick. Okay, they switch. That's fine because I'm gonna put them to sleep. I forgot that they could be Flash Fire. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna decorate, switch to my Raging Bolt, because I do have... Yeah, they faked me out. I do have the Assault Vest, so I shouldn't be taking much from it anyway. They wake up. That was a lot of damage. Okay. I'm going to go for the Snarl and the Thunderclap, and I'm just going to hope that they... Okay. Okay. We're good. They got a little scary for a second there, but we should be winning now. I'm going to go to my Ogre Pond, and I'm just going to Thunderclap the Lycanroc. I think that's right. I don't even know what's right anymore. I gotta get my Chi-Yu off the field, though, because I gotta go for fire moves. I can't be stuck going for anything else onto their Umbreon late game, because I might actually lose to Umbreon, because that thing is a little bit of a threat. Little sketchy. I forgot that they could have Flash Fire. I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb. They could be Excel Rock, and they could Excel Rock my Raging Bolt, which might get the knockout. I'm not sure. Nope, they just let me get the KO on them. They go for a Wish. I do have Superpower on this thing. I'm just going to Superpower, and I'm going to Thunderbolt, and that should be a knockout. And okay, we won the game. It was a little scary. I did not love that. All right, next up we're against... What are these teams? Okay, so funny enough, there is a little bit of a sketchy situation with this team with the Berserker plus the Goldango. Does Berserker get Fake Out? /DT Berserker? Wait, how do I check that? Okay, so bad update. Berserker does in fact get Fake Out, which is sketchy. I'm gonna lead Chi-Yu plus, yep, there it is. I'm gonna lead Chi-Yu plus Smeargle. Am I faster actually? Oh, I'm faster. I'm gonna fake them out first. Oh, that's okay. We found the play. Okay, I'm gonna fake them out on their Berserker before they fake me out. If they're Cover Cloak, then I don't even know anymore. But they switch to Slitherwing. I get the fake out off. I get the Rocky Helmet. Wait, that's kind of evil. I get the speed boost, but they probably just have first impression, right? They go to their Chen Pao here, maybe? Oh, who's this guy? Okay, they go to their Great Tusks. Funny enough, I think I Terra my Chi-Yu and go to my Torn, right? Turn Chi-Yu into a flying type. They're gonna first impression me every time. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't. Turn into a flying type, so I don't get yeah, there's the first impression. Turn into a flying type, so I do not get KO'd by a fighting or a ground move. And now they're probably just gonna go to their Chen Pao though. Here, in comes a Chen Pao. I'm gonna go for a Tailwind. I want to go back to my Smeargle. They should Sucker Punch this slot because I'm threatening a double knockout here. Chi-Yu is kind of important for me still, so I don't want to give it up just yet. I don't want to go to... Actually, Raging Bolt, is it really needed? I think that like both these guys are... Oh, actually, Ogre Punch is just a good switch. Yeah, they go to Goldango. They go for the Sucker Punch. I get my Tailwind up now. And now I can go for a Bleak Wind plus an IV Cudgel onto their Goldango? Is Goldango really the issue? I don't think it is. Yeah, I'm going to attack the Chen Pao here. Get rid of the Chen Pao. They go for a Shadow Ball. They're not even the Choice Specs. I thought they were going to be Choice Specs or Choice Scarf, but the Life Orb kind of makes sense, I guess. In comes their Rillaboom. Rillaboom isn't really doing a whole lot to me. I'm just going to literally protect, and I'm going to go for an Ivy Cudgel. Getting rid of the Chen Pao is just very good for me in general. I could still miss, I guess, but overall, like, I'm in a very good spot. My Tornadus is Sharp Beak. They go for the Glide. They're going to probably get the knockout here. That's fine. I am going to now go to my Chi-Yu. Yeah, I'm going to go to my Chi-Yu. I'm going to go for just 2 attacks here. They might get the knockout on my Chi-Yu. I don't know what their item is. But even if they do, I think I'm fine, right? I am slower on my... Well, I'm Sharp Beak, so getting damage here in general would be good. A part of me wants a Dark Pulse into the Goldango, but I might just be able to get free knockout here. In fact, this might be throwing a little bit, but it's... Oh, okay. Terra Grass, and I double miss. Or I miss. Okay. That's just about how I expected it to go, to be honest. I'm gonna go to my... Oh, why my stealth rocks? Oh, that's not good. Okay, well, not what I wanted to see. They can't be faster though. I'm gonna go for a thunderbolt onto the Goldango and protect as they make a good switch. Wait, I might lose this. I'm gonna Draco Meteor. Sandseer? I might lose. Shoot. They just keep grassy gliding. Does this get me? Probably not, right? Draco Meteor, Sandseer. I hit. I don't get the knockout. Headlong Rush doesn't get me. I get the KO. Okay. Oh! Okay. I'm still not out of it. Like, this is still very much a... I can miss. That's the issue. I can miss. And there's nothing around it either. I have to go for it because I don't have the Earth Power. I gotta switch that. I can't believe I don't have Earth Power. They forfeit? Oh, thank God. Okay, I'm gonna change that to Earth Power right now. Oh my God, why am I Stealth Rocks? All right, we're in our next game. I needed a little break from that team. That team kind of scared me. Instead, I brought an even more cheesy, random team, I guess. It's Rain. I stole this, I believe, from Askew is his name? Askew? I saw him running this in the official Smogon Doubles tournament as well, and I thought it looked kind of fun. You had the Scizor. I made a choice band. I don't actually know his sets. I just kind of based it off what I saw. I put choice band on the Scizor. I gave it a Terra Water and Faint. My reason for that is just because I thought it'd be fun to maybe catch something off guard and go for a Faint on them and break their protect and win the game off of it, possibly. I'm going to lead my Rain, my Pelipper, plus my Raging Bolt. Obvious reason for that is just because Pelipper kind of threatens everything on their team, I'm not going to lie. They can fake me out here. I don't think it's that scary, though. I kind of just want to go for a Muddy Water and a Volt Switch here, as they allow me to Muddy Water their Instant, which is pretty good for me. I'll take it. I get damage off on their Sinistra. I'm going to now go for a Hurricane, and I think I just want to go for a Hurricane plus Draco Meteor combo onto their Sinistra. Threaten like a knockout there, because I speed tie. I didn't even realize both these Pokemon were 207. Actually, do I want to Volt Switch out? I think I want to Volt Switch and go for the Hurricane. Do I want to... I think I Volt Switch out on the Sinistra slot, though, because... Oh, interesting. Okay, the Draco Meteor play was correct. They Parting Shot. They miss, which I'm sorry about that. That's actually kind of rough, but I'll take it. In comes the Roaring Moon. I'm going to go for a Terra Water U-turn onto their Roaring Moon, because if they Flare Blitz me, then they're not going to even come close to a knockout, and then I can get the U-turn knockout onto their Roaring Moon and be in a pretty decent spot. I got to deal with the Trick Room for a little bit longer, but once the Trick Room's gone, I think that like my Pokemon are just better than theirs outside of Trick Room. I have too many options, especially if the Incineroar's gone, because I can no longer intimidate my Scizor or my Chenpao, and those two alone just kind of body a lot of this team. I'm slower than the Incin, which I did not see coming. I'm just gonna go to Bolt again, I guess. And I'm slower with both my Pokemon? What? I mean, okay, I'll take it. I'll take it, I guess. Okay. Well, we're both running Rain teams. They have a Floatzel. They have a Yan. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to lead the same thing I led last time. Bolt plus Pelipper. I feel like they pressure most of the... Actually, I think they pressure super effective damage on everything outside of the Goldango on the opposing team. And then I feel like if I can get rid of the Float Soul, I can just late game just prio spam them with my prio part of the team. Yeah, I think and even with the Float Soul around, I can just go for Grassy Glides later. And I don't see how they deal with Rilla and Chen Pao. I'm gonna also set timer once again. I'm happy this is going pretty well. I was expecting to see more like tour players online, at least at like the lower ladder. I kind of figured this would be like a time where a lot of them would be playing, but I guess I was wrong. All right, here we go. We got the Yan Mega and the Dragonite lead. I brought my Bolt first. I'm going to... I think I was going to Hurricane Draco, right? I could Tailwind. What's Tailwind really going to do for me? I think it's Hurricane Draco. They Bug Buzz. They do very, very little damage. I kind of wanted to Hurricane the Dragonite now and go to my Scizor. Scizor's not that great in this matchup, and yeah, I was going to say, if they go for a Dragon move here, then I can punish it. I get good damage on the Dragonite, and now I can go for a Bullet Punch plus another Hurricane. When I get the knockout, they bring out Goldango, but like, I don't think anything really wants to come in on my Scizor right now. Like, obviously they have switch-ins for it, but nothing really wants to be here in front of my Pelipper and my Scizor. Maybe the Float Soul? Yeah, but like, I think I have ways around Float Soul. I'm gonna Bullet Punch it, and I'm going... Yeah, look how much damage it did. Oh my god. They Wave Crash me, bring me down to my Citrus Berry because I'm very physically bulky. They Shadow Ball me too. I don't get knocked out, and then I hit both the Muddy Waters, and I get the Float Soul too, and the game is over. Okay. Well, we're gonna lose eventually. Don't worry, guys. We're playing the Pork Knight, so this could be real trouble. I think this is Manual Sun, based on the fact that they have the dogs. I do have my Pelipper to kind of reverse that later on, but overall this kind of looks sketchy, like very sketchy. I think I lead Raging Bolt plus Scizor. I do have to deal with the... Oh, wait. Because I do have to deal with the Glimora at some point, too. They're going to get rocks up, probably. If they get rocked... Maybe I lead my Chen Pao, then. Chen Pao plus Scizor. And I just try to pressure damage early on. Or maybe it's a Raging Bolt. Actually, it's Raging Bolt for sure. They do lead this Gouging Fire guy. They sometimes like to run the Terra Fairy. This could be Terra Fairy plus Dragon Dance. I kind of want to force them to do that. So I'm going to Draco me. Oh, actually, do I Electro Web? They usually run Clear Amulet, especially when they... Yeah, I can't Electro Web. They love Clear Amulet on those things. Actually, I'm going to Draco because... Yeah, oh my god, they didn't even Terra. Okay, I just got a double knockout turn one. Yeah, I was going to say, if they Terra Fairy, then later on I can pressure with my Scizor. And that's another one. I got past the Pork Knight, so this is big. This is huge, actually. Okay, on to the next one. We're fighting against a hard Trick Room team with Torkoal as the weather setter for them. Honestly, this should be a very, 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 very good matchup for me if I play this right. I have Wide Guard on my Pelipper. I have U-Turn, Choice Band Scizor. I have Rain. I have everything you'd want. So I'm going to say this is a pretty good matchup. I'm going to lead my Scizor here. I'm just going to go for a U-Turn and a Volt Switch both on the Gallade. They go for the Rage Powder. That's fine. I'm literally just going to go to my... Do I want to go Landorus or Chen Pao? I think I'm going to go to Chen Pao. Because that way I can get the Sword of Ruin up and get my knockout. And then I'm going to go to my... I think I go to Raging Bolt here, right? Yeah, I go to Raging Bolt here. As they set up Trick Room, which usually is scary, but I can kind of deal with it later. They bring out their hat. I'm gonna go for a Volt Switch onto the Gallade, and do I Terra Water here? Do I need Terra for anything else? Terra Water might guarantee me to live with my... it's fine. I'm gonna Volt Switch Protect. They Terra Fire. They go for the Dazzling Gleam. They do a lot, actually. And they go for the Sacred Sword onto my Chen Pal, which is great for me. I think I go to my Pelipper here. And then I'm going to switch my Pelipper to my Rillaboom, and I'm going to go for a Sucker Punch onto the hat. They did not switch their Gallade. I get Sucker Punch off. I do good damage. And, yeah, I think I'm still in a good spot. It's a little weird, but, like, it's fine. I'm going to go to my Scizor here. I'm literally just going to switch to my Bolt and U-turn this slot. And the reason for that is because I don't think they get the knockout here, do they? Yeah, they don't get the knockout. I get the knockout on the switching in DD. Now I can go to Rilla, and I'm guaranteed Fake Out Pressure. And I'm going to go to my Scizor, actually, because I can just... Yeah, I can just Bullet Punch everything in the game. So I'm going to Fake Out the hat. I'm going to go for the Bullet Punch onto the Gallade. And I think I've successfully stopped them from being able to win the game because I have my Pelipper in the bag. Pelipper has Wide Guard. This is Life Orb. I have my Grassy Terrain up, so they can't stop me from going for the Fake Out this turn. They can't stop my priority for my Scizor. They go to Ogre Pond here, get the Fake Out off. This might die. I'm not gonna lie. This thing might die to this Bullet Punch here. I'm gonna go for a Bullet Punch. It does, and I went for high horsepower. That was a little risky, actually. I didn't have to do that. I could have went for anything else, actually. But yeah, that's this game. I'm just gonna go to my Pelipper, and I'm just gonna Wood Hammer and Hurricane, and I win. That was a very, very good matchup for me. They did not have a lot going for them. All right, now we're against the freest LJ. I don't know what that means, but they have like kind of a weird setup team from what it looks like. It's probably set up Goldengo, but I don't know if it's set up Dragonite too. They have Veil options, but I do have ways of stopping the Veil. I kind of want to leave my Scizor plus my Lando. And... You see, I like the idea of being able to Terra my Lando, but I also like the idea of just being able to Terra my Scizor into a Water type and pressure this Ogre Pond and this Scizor. I think I'm going to switch to my Raging Bolt this turn. Do I just Terra Water? Oh, I want to so bad. I'm going to Terra Water. I don't care. I'm ripping it. They Spiky Shield. Uh-oh. Okay, well, that's not good for me. How much you want to bet that they KO me with like a Wood Hammer or something here? I'm going to go to my Bolt here. I'm going to U-turn again on that slot. I love making these games harder on me, huh? But yeah, I'm just going to keep going for the U-turn. I'm going to bring out my Bolt because the Bolt's not really threatened by the water move. So it's a question of... Oh, wait, did they just get me it anyway? Does this KO? Oh, -2. Okay, so this does not KO, but actually that's fine for me. I'd rather the Ogre Pond be on the field at this point. And I'm going to go for a U-turn onto it. I'm going to do big damage. I'm surprised they went for a Ivy Cudgel on that slot, but I guess they were predicting me to switch and attack. But yeah, I get big damage there. Jeez. And now in comes the Amoonguss. And I'm not going to lie, the Amoonguss is kind of the most annoying part of this team for me. I got to deal with it somehow, some way. I'm going to go to my... I kind of want to go to my Pelipper. I kind of don't. Pelipper seems kind of risky. I'm going to go to my... I'm going to go to my Rillaboom here, and the reason is because I want to Fake Out this Amoonguss and Volt Switch. They're probably going to Protect. I don't see why they wouldn't protect here, but that'd be fine by me. I think my big plays here is I'm going to go for the Volt Switch. Oh, they didn't protect. Oh, because they have U-turn. Interesting. Okay. They go to their Incineroar. I get a Volt Switch off. I'm going to go to my Scizor now. And I'm going to go for a U-turn. And I'm going to go for a switch to my Landorus. And the reason for that is just because even though I know for a fact they're probably just going to go for a Fake Out plus Spore combo into my Scizor. Oh, they didn't. Oh, wait, that's bad for them. That's very bad for them because now I can let's go for a U-turn plus a Sandsear. Nothing really wants to deal with that unless they're Protect. That's the only way is they're Protect. But I feel like they're going to Rage Powder here, right? Rage Powder and try to Parting or Switch. Or if they have Protect, they're going to do that. But no, they don't. U-turn does not get the knockout. I go to my Rillaboom just in case they're trying to Spore that slot, but they do not. But I got rid of the Incineroar, which means that my Chien-Pao is now very good. They still have not been able to get their Veil up. In comes Ninetales, so now they're going to try to set the Veil up, but I think I'm just going to go to my... I'm going to Wood Hammer this Amoonguss, and I'm going to go to my Pelipper here. They Veil, it fails. Wood Hammer does not get the knockout, which was a little surprising. I actually thought it might. Maybe I'm thinking too highly of it. But yeah, now I'm in a very good spot because I can just go to my Scizor, and I kind of don't want a Muddy Water. I kind of want a Hurricane. I like to gain damage on the Ninetales. I also like setting up a Tailwind, but I'm afraid they're just going to stay in and go for something. So I got to go for a Hurricane here, sadly. Also, if they go to their Ogerpon, it'd be bad for me to go for a Muddy Water. They go for a Dazzling Gleam. I get the KO. They stayed in, surprisingly. I thought they might go switching out to try to get a free switch back to their Ninetales. That's part of the reason why I went to Scizor here. Yeah, this is looking pretty good overall. I'm going to go for a Bullet Punch onto their Ninetales and try to get a Tailwind up. I don't really need the Tailwind, but it can be useful, especially in a situation like this where they use their U-turn again. Because now they're going to go back to Ninetales, but I'm threatening a Bullet Punch plus a... I almost want to just go for a Wide Guard, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go for a Bullet Punch plus a Muddy Water here. I guess they could go back to their Ogerpon, and I can get punished for this, but I don't think they will. I think I'm just going to get a free Bullet Punch plus damage off here. If they go for the Terra Ground, this is actually part of the reason I went for the Muddy Water, because if they Terra, then I can punish it. And now their Goldango is +2, but I have, I think, this way too much momentum, right? I still have Tailwind up. I'm threatening knockouts on everything now with my Chien-Pao in the back. The only issue is I have the Sleeping Lando, but like that's fine. I'm going to go for a Bullet Punch onto their Ogerpon. I'm going to switch to my Lando because my Lando is useless. And I'd rather get a free switch. I get the knockout. They get the KO. They're Dazzling Gleam, actually. They're not even the... Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, they're not even the Make It Rain, or they could be Make It Rain plus... Oh, are they 3 attack? Life Orb Dazzling Gleam is crazy. I've never seen that. But yeah, I'm in a fantastic spot now. I'm just going to sacrifice my Lando. If they let me. I hope they let me. I'm down for them to let me do that. They go for a Rock Slide of all things with their Dragonite. I do not know how to feel about that. I'm going to go for a Sucker Punch onto their Goldango and a Wide Guard here because I'm assuming they're a Choice Band or something. I get the knockout. They go for the Rock Slide. I'm going to go for another Wide Guard and a Icicle Crash. I miss. I'm going to go for another Wide Guard and Icicle Crash, but yeah, that's game. Nice. That was a fun one, actually. It was a little weird. But we'll take another win. We're at 15-0. We're going to lose eventually. I promise you guys. But for now, we're going to keep running this. I think we're going to do another game with this team because I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. Oh. What am I looking at? There are a lot of questions that I don't think can be answered here. I'm going to do my... Okay, well, let's get this straight. So they have the Rampardos slash DT Rampardos is very interesting because it has 165 attack, but it's one of the slowest Pokemon in the game. Normally I'd Prio spam it, but in this case I don't think I can. I don't have the ability to, because they have the Giraffe. I'm gonna lead my Raging Bolt and my Scizor, and my reason for that is just because I want to have the ability to pressure the Giraffe. I'm a little afraid not to Terra here. Do I need Terra for anything else? I kind of like the Terra for my Lando later, so I'm not going to Terra. And they go for the Fake Out. I get the U-turn off. I do very good damage, like very, very, very good damage. That's huge damage for me. And I can get my Pelipper out. I'm going to go for a Muddy Water and a Volt Switch into this Farigiraf. And the thing is, if I get rid of the Farigiraf, I'm in a fantastic spot because Hyper Voice does not get me, which is great. I get the Volt Switch off, I get the knockout, and now they don't have a way of stopping my priority outside of the Sinistra. But Rillaboom does such big damage that should be fine. I'm gonna go to my Scizor here only because I can Terra Water it. Now I'm starting to think the Terra Water is better, unless they go Sinistra. If they go Sinistra, then it's probably not. But okay, now it's probably not better. I think I'm gonna Wide Guard, switch back to my Bolt, right? Because they should just go for like a, unless they go for like a knockoff or something, which would be crazy. I think just going back to my Bolt and Wide Guarding here is right. Yeah, they blitz as expected. And they, yeah, okay, perfect turn for me. I don't think they ever Flare Blitz into my Scizor, so I'm going to go for a switch my Scizor, and I'm going to go for a Volt Switch again. This time on their Roaring Moon. They knock off my Assault Vest. They do not get the burn, thankfully. And now, don't I just go Chen Pao here? Don't I just go Chen Pao, turn into a water type, and just double the Sinistra here? They Life Dew, that is fine. I'm literally just going to Bullet Punch Ice Spinner this slot. Because this is like the last thing that's really stopping me from winning this game at this point. And I'm doing a boatload of damage to it. I could have maybe predicted them to expect me to go for something else, but I feel like there's no reason for me to ever make like a huge read like that. It never was worth maybe throwing the game for. That was a good play by them because now they get this out for free. However, I can just go to my Rillaboom and my... Yeah, I can go to my Rillaboom and my... Actually, do I? Yeah. And the Aqua Jet, actually. I thought they were going to go for a Swords Dance or a Dragon Dance, but they don't do either. I'm going to Thunderclap this slot, and I'm actually going to go for a high horsepower into the Incineroar. I think I might get it. I should be faster, maybe. Maybe not. Hopefully, maybe. The only reason I'm going for the Thunderclap is because I don't want to give them any... Actually, why not just Volt Switch it? Volt Switching is definitely safer and better. Because if they Dragon Dance, I'm not giving them a free Dragon Dance at that point. They Terra Fire. I high horsepower, I get the KO. I get the Volt Switch off. I'm going to go to my Scizor here again. They go for an Ice Punch. I resist it because I'm a Water type now. And I guess their only play really is to go to Chen Pao. Yeah, I was going to say their only real option here is Chen Pao. I'm going to go for a Bullet Punch and a Grassy Glide onto the Chen Pao here. And my reason for that is literally just I'm trying to get the knockout before it does anything to me. And now their last Pokemon is Rampardos. They've already Terra'd. So I do not think there's a world where this ever lives. And their whole team is slow. So I'm very surprised they didn't go for like a Swords Dance or a Dragon Dance or anything like that. In comes the Rampardos. I'm just going to go for a high horsepower plus a Bullet Punch. I think this Rampardos always dies to a Bullet Punch, yep. And now I just go to my Chen Pao and I win the game. Nice. Was I at 16 last time? No, so we're slowly moving up at this point. I think you have to do like 30 games, so I guess we'll just keep going. Oh no. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, well, we're in another game now. I changed my team because I was like, oh, let's try something else. And I ended up running into like probably like a 100-0 matchup for the other team, but oh well. I'm bringing a screens Heatran team, and the idea behind this team is you have the Iron Defense Heatran, you have the screens. You're gonna set up to like +6 defense. You can start either going for body presses, or you can trap things in, and they take damage over time with the Magma Storm, and it's just annoying for them. Honestly, it's just an annoying team for the opponent. They ended up bringing a hyper offense, trick room esque kind of team. I don't know what to expect, really. I'm just going to go for a Stone Axe and a Light Screen here. I really don't know what this pult's about to do. Oh, it's a self U-turn one. So now the question is, do I die to a... Oh, Heat Wave, actually. Okay, well, I don't think I died to it, but they got the crit, so I did die to it. That's great. All right, so I think my play here now is to just go for a parting shot, Iron Defense. Oh no, they... Okay, that's literally not doing anything to me though. Okay, I'm just gonna Spirit Break and Iron Defense again. What's stopping me? Actually, Spirit Break and Magma Storm? Do I really need more defense? I really don't. All those Pokemon are special besides the Dragapult. I wonder if I lived that with my Cleavor behind the... Because they're not even... Oh. Oh my god, I just realized they must have forgot to Terra. Because you're supposed to Terra Psychic. You turn yourself. Oh, I completely forgot. They didn't get the weakness policy boost. So yeah, I definitely lived that then, easily. I just was so used to the fact that they would get the boost that I was like, oh, that's weird. Yeah, I definitely lived that then. They super lucked out that turn. Because I would have had rocks up too, and it would have been almost 100-0 for me. In comes the Dragapult. I'm going to go for a Parting Shot Protect here. The reason for that is just because I want to get out my G-Mold now, and I want to get, obviously, a special attack drop onto this Lando. The Bolt isn't really a big issue for me. Actually, I don't even know what it's going to do here. I'm going to get the Parting Shot off. I'm going to go to my Moltres here. They go for the Earth Power. Are they going to go for a... Oh, there's Shadow Ball, too. Oh, that's even worse for them, to be honest. I think I literally just Nasty Plot, Terra Ghost. And... Yeah, because they honestly should just switch here at this point. I'm going to turn into a Ghost type. Do I even turn into a Ghost type? Do I stay in here? What's better? Nasty Plot? Yeah, I think me being a Ghost type is probably better overall because I can force them to have to make plays. So I turn into a Ghost type, they Earth Power me, they might go for a... Oh, they go for a Thunderbolt actually, so they're not even choice locked. And I miss, as to be expected. What's new? I'm going to go for the Protect and the Fiery Dance because they're not doing any damage to me anyway with the Landorus. They're going to go for the knockout here with the Shadow Ball, but instead I get the knockout on them. And then I don't know what to do. They gotta respect both my Pokemon, and I don't think they really have the ability to. You got a Torkoal here. I'm gonna go for an Air Slash. No, I'm gonna go for a Fiery Dance and a Body Press. They might get the knockout. They don't think they do. They do not. Hopefully I don't flinch. Okay, I do not flinch. I get the knockout. They go for the Eruption. They do negative damage, and that's the game. Okay. Everything worked out. A little sketchy. I'm very happy they forgot to Terra turn one. I mean, they got the crit anyway, and I definitely would have won a lot sooner without that crit, but oh well, it worked out. Uh-oh. What the heck am I fighting now? Okay. Well, I know the idea. They have the Weezing, and they have the Tentacruel, and the Tentacruel just goes for Fast Spores. How do I punish this? I think I'm gonna lead my Moltres and my Cleavor. And they lead Primarina. Interesting. I'm gonna go for a... I'm gonna go for a Nasty Plot and a Stone Axe. I'm gonna get the rocks up. They go for a Hyper Voice. They get the knockout because... Oh, okay. That's a little sketch. But, like, that should be okay. I'm gonna go to my Sinistra now. As they go to Weavile, I'm gonna go for a Protect. I kind of want to Terra Trick Room. Yeah, I'm gonna Terra Trick Room here. They go for the knockoff. They do a bunch of damage to me. But I get the... Yeah, this is... Okay, this is very good for me. Now I can just go for the Fiery Dance and the Matcha Gotcha. I think that's going to do just enough to, like, first get the knockout on the Weavile, and second... or do I even need to do that? Well, I don't want the Weavile to sit here for free. Especially because I think it's going to get the knockout on me otherwise. But honestly, I have hands in the back. I'm going to Matcha Gotcha and go for the Air Slash. I'm going to do it again. They might have life. Are they Ice Shard? They're probably Ice Shard, right? I need to deal with this eventually. I tear it already, so that means that this Toedscroll is actually pretty scary for me. I kind of need my Gmolt, so I think I'm going to Rage Powder and Air Slash. As they go for the Moonblast and I get the double knockout. That was not supposed to happen. That's not good. I think I'm going to lose to this. My team was not really made to fight against a Primarina. I think I made this slow. No, it's fast. Oh, God. Okay, we're going to do this, I guess. I do have the Fake Out pressure now. I can set up a light screen plus a Fake Out here. They go for the Poison Jab. I'm going to go for... Do I go for a Reflect too? Or did I just go for the KO on the... Well, I'm pretty sure Heavy Slam will always get this Primarina, but I'm probably faster than it. Oh, why is this so scary? I'm just gonna hope that I'm slower than it. I'm not slower, but they don't go after my... Okay. Wait, winnable? Somehow, it might be winnable. Because I'm assuming the Weezing can't touch me. So I just need to deal with this Toedsquirrel. They can put me to sleep, but like I can just like... Oh wait, they're probably Cover Cloak though. Parting Shot it. Ice Punch it. These usually are Cover Cloak. There's a Spore. Parting Shot. I'm going to... This is my best chance of Magma Swarm, to be honest. Magma Swarm, get damage on it. Hopefully I live the Earth Power. I mean, they're -1. I'm behind screens, you know? Well, I have time. No, I'm gonna have to go for it, I think. Because they might also... Yeah, I was gonna say, they might also attack into my Iron Hands, predicting me not to go. Okay. Ice Punch again. They go for the Spore. Do I wake up? I stay asleep, dude. Dude, please. Earth Power does 50. I stay asleep. I wake up. Okay. Oh! We've won the game. I did not like that. That was not fun. This was not a fun matchup. This was not fun to play. I'm glad I got out of it in one piece. Oh my god, that was scary. You guys get to witness the stress of fighting against this random stuff on ladder and not knowing what is going on. We're getting up there though. We're doing good. I guess let's go to the next one. Okay, I brought the same team again because I kind of figured like I didn't get to really show off how it functions. I'm going up against a hyper fizz spam team with Glamora there. Glamora, I don't love fighting with this team from what it looks like. I'm kind of looking at it now. I'm like, why? I don't got a lot for it. I can set up my screens later. I kind of want to deal with the Glamora early, and I think they're going to lead Glamora plus. Yeah, they always lead Glamora plus Tinglu, and the idea is that they keep Whirlwind spamming you. So I'm going to lead these two. I'm going to go for the Stone Axe and the Machagacha here, just to actually. Do I go for a close combat? I think a close combat actually. Close combat the Tinglu and Machagacha, because I might be able to get like a. Well, actually, because hazards for them is also really bad. 3 other Pokemon hate fighting hazards. So maybe I Machagacha actually. And I go for the Stone Axe here. I do 69%. That's a lot. They go for the Mortal Spin. Oh, and they Whirlwind me out. Oh, okay. I mean, good play for them. I think I just Terra, Iron Defense, and go for the Machagacha again. I don't think they ever Whirlwind me out. The worst thing they could do is Earth Power me. This is why I'm doing this. Actually, do I Trick Room first? I think I Trick Room first. Yeah, I go for the Trick Room first for sure, and go for a Terra Ghost, Iron Defense. I need to like not let my guy get Whirlwinded out while I am a Ghost type though. I'm gonna go for a Rage Powder here. And I'm gonna go for a Magma Storm, and the reason for that is just because I want to say, hey, Whirlwind this slot out. Whirlwind this out. They might actually go for... It'd be a little scary if they go for a Fire move into this slot, though. But I kind of need to, like, allow it. Yeah, this is kind of sketchy already. This is another very bad matchup, especially with how they played it. Because I didn't get my Stealth Rocks up. Oh, interesting. Okay, so they go for a switch. I Rage Powder. I get the Magma Storm off, but that's fine, actually, because... Yeah, that's actually perfectly fine. I can now Nasty Plot. I'm just going to Iron Defense again. And it's, like I said, it's a Fizz Spam team, so all I have to do is just get to a point where... Yeah, I like this. I like this now. It was a little scary, but I like how this has gone. I'm going to go for a Nasty Plot just to pressure at both my Pokemon. I kind of don't mind the Rillaboom being out. I kind of hope they fake out my Moltres, to be honest. Yes, they do. I Iron Defense again. And they Howl, which is fine. I'm going to Nasty Plot. I'm actually going to go for a... Actually, do I Nasty Plot? I think I go for a Whirlwind. And then I go for another Iron Defense. Or not Whirlwind. Fiery Wrath, but they go for a... What is that? That's a crazy play by them. Okay, well, I'm going to go to my hands now. To be honest, funny enough, my goal is to try to die with everything else first. In comes a Chen Pal. I'm going to go for a Fake Out and a Body Press onto this Gouging Fire. I can't get punished for that at all. I'm just going to go for now a Drain Punch onto this Chen Pal and another Body Press. Oh, wait, I just realized I could get burned. Oh, I'm so stupid. Okay, now I gotta go for a Drain Punch plus a Body Press onto this Gouging. I go for a Breaking Swipes. I get the knockout, which is good, but I think I lose. I think I just tossed because I did what I just did. They can go to their Tinglu now, and... Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I definitely have thrown this game. If they don't go to Tinglu, then there's still hope. But yeah, they went to Tinglu. They're not dumb enough not to go to Tinglu. I'm gonna have to go for a Magma Storm here, just get damage off, I guess. Yeah, they're Terra Poison as well. Oh, I can't believe I went for that. To be honest, I guess it's better than getting burned. I can maybe set up later. They go for the Icicle Crash. I get that off. I flinch. No, dude, that's so bad. Why is everyone so lucky in this game, man? Jeez. But yeah, this should be game anyway. I definitely should lose this. It's just a bad matchup. Really bad matchup. I don't see the best outs to this outside of hoping that they choke. Okay, well, we're just gonna go for a stone plus a. It's just over. Like, I can't win at this point. The only way I can win is if they like super choke. I'm just at this point trying to sacrifice my. Like, I feel like you should just. Actually, maybe they don't know I'm Scarf. I'm gonna go for the double on the Chen Pao here. Maybe there's hope. No, they don't even give that to me. And that is game. I don't even know why I'm in here. I should just forfeit. The only reason I'm not forfeiting is because there's a potential for them to choke, I guess. But I don't think they're going to. I highly doubt. I don't even know if there is potential for them to choke, really. Yeah, I just lose. I'm just going to forfeit. And that's our first loss. We'll go on to the next one, I guess. Unlucky matchup. All right, on to the next game. We are up against a Sun team, and I brought a Hail team. Oh my god, I'm getting destroyed on the matchups today. I'm going to lead my Mew and my Incineroar because they don't actually have ways of stopping Fake Out, at least. This is Clear Amulet Gouging. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to Fake Out Tailwind turn 1, I think. Or do I want to set my rocks? I think rocks are just too good in this matchup. I'm going to set my rocks. I'm going to Fake Out the Gouging. I'm going to set my rocks. And they go for the Bane. And my rocks are up now, which is good. It's still a little bit scary overall. I'm going to go for a Tailwind and a Parting Shot. No, I want to knock off, really, but I don't have... Oh, no, I do have knock off. I'm going to knock off and Tailwind here. Get the knockoff. So now I took away their Clear Amulet. They go for a Flare Blitz and get the knockout on me, but that's fine because now I have Tailwind up and I can lower their stats as much as I want. I'm going to go out to my Kyurem here. I'm going to go for a Parting Shot onto the Gouging, and I'm going to go for an Earth Power onto the to Torkoal. The reason for that is just because I want to burst pressure, lowering the Gouging stats, but more so I think there's something that's just going to come out on that side of the field over the Gouging at this point, or they're going to protect plus attack me. Oh, what? Oh. I'm just going to go to my Ninetales then. Okay. They Terra Fire Flare Blitzed me for 32 because I had my... Wait. Grimmsnarl doesn't get... No. No, Grimmsnarl definitely does not get Sunny Day. I'm going to the base everything on the fact that it does not. I'm gonna go for the Earth Power plus the Veil. They set up a light screen. I'm gonna actually encore the. Oh, actually, do I go for an Earth Power? No, I'm gonna Flash Cannon, encore the Gouging into Protect. Because even though they're getting screens up, like, I feel like the Gouging is just gonna... If I get any damage on the Gouging, actually, then I'm in a good spot. I went for a Flash Cannon on this slot, though, which is a little bit of a bummer, because I could have gotten something going. But... yeah, any damage on the Gouging, and it's gone because of the rocks up. I don't know if the Volcarona has boots. I guess we'll find out in a bit. I'm going to go to my Ogre Pond here, just in case they want to go for like either a fighting move or a Sleep Powder onto my Kyurem slot. I'm just going to go for a Blizzard. And the whole goal at this point is literally just to hit the Gouging for even just a tiny bit, and then let the Stealth Rocks handle the rest. I should be able to win this game pretty easily at this point, though. They do have the screens up. And actually, they only have Light screen up. Oh, they just forfeit. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say that was hard for them anyway at that point. And now we're getting up there, slowly but surely. Okay, so we're fighting a Regigigas. Something has to have skill swap, right? There's no way. They lead the Giraffe and Iron Hands. I'm just gonna go for a Veil and a Will-O-Wisp onto the hands because this kind of ruin its damage output. They go for a Protect. I'm just gonna Encore the hands now and go for another Will-O-Wisp, or go for a Stealth Rocks maybe? No. Will-O-Wisp is better here, right? Encore Will-O-Wisp that slot. They go to Ursaluna. I get a burn on the Ursaluna, which is honestly not anything special. I'm going to go for a Blizzard now, and I guess I'll go to my Kyurem. I think I just freely go to Kyurem. They don't have a lot going for them right now. I was afraid of the Sword Stance or the Belly Drum. That's why I went for that. They go to Regigigas here. They're slow start. Stellar, Terra, you know what I mean. What the heck is this Gigas going to do to me? I'm just going to go to my... Where do I go here? Mew? I want to go to my Goldango and just Blizzard. I might get Earth Powered. Okay, I got Earth Powered on the other slot. I go for the Double Edge. I get the KO. Nasty Plot, Earth Power the hands because I don't care about the Gigas right now. I can deal with it in another turn or two. They go for the close combat, get the knockout on me. That's fine. Okay. I'm gonna go to my Goldango, or I'm gonna go to my Ogerpon here. Do I just make it rain Sword Stance? And now I can just make it rain again and Ivy Cudgel the... Yeah, I think I just win. They're Life Orb too. I don't... This ladder is so confusing sometimes. Do I even need to make it rain? Surely a +2 gets that, so I'm just gonna Shadow Ball and Cudgel. It didn't get it. Uh-oh. And their slow start's about to end. Uh-oh. In comes the Frigg. I go for a Make It Rain and an Ivy Cudgel. I got full Parad, so now they don't have... But I'm faster, right? So it shouldn't matter. I'm going to go for an Ivy Cudgel on the Gigas. I should be slower. Yeah, I'm always slower. Right? Okay. I'm not having fun, guys. Here comes the Among Us. Psychic did nothing really to me. I'm going to go to my Incineroar, and I'm going to go for Ivy Cudgel onto the Among Us. Sludge Bomb doesn't get me. Yeah, that was a game of Pokemon. And we're getting closer. Please. I'm starting to lose it a little bit. Okay, Ice Ricky 23. Clearly a threat. They have their own Ninetales for Veil. This feels like a weird setup style team where maybe they're abusing setup Bolt plus Goldango. I'm just gonna go to my Mew lead and my Tails, right? I'm going to set up a Stealth Rock turn 1, and I'm going to go for a Veil. The only reason for that is because I like Stealth Rocks against their team. And even though I'm giving them free setup with their Goldango, I have my Instant in the back. We both set up Veil, I set up Rocks. They make it rain, actually. Oh. Okay, I was not expecting that, but that's very good for me. I'm going to set up a Tailwind and a Sword Stance this turn, right? That's my best play? I could go to Goldango, actually. I'm going to go to Goldango, actually. I don't think I need Mew out right now. And set up a Sword Stance. Their Goldango isn't really threatening me. Do I sub it? No, I think Goldango's right. Yeah, I get +2 now. And their Encore failed, of course, because I am +2. Or because I am switching that slot out. Okay, I'm going to Protect, make it rain, and the reason for that is just because I don't want them to have a free Thunder Wave plus Encore into this slot. I'd rather keep this slot safe for now. They actually Electric Terrain. What's that for? The Bolt comes in, but I can roar it out later. I'm going to go for a Ivy Cudgel onto their Thunderous because I want to get rid of it as fast as possible. And I'm going to go for a switch to my Incineroar because I do have the Roar on my Incineroar, so I can force this Bolt out and not have to deal with it for now. Cudgel, I get the knockout. They actually go for a Rising Voltage. I don't know what I'm fighting. I feel like I say this every time, but I got no clue what's going on. I'm going to go for a Fake Out onto their Bolt and a Superpower onto their Incineroar. Right? I think that's right. Oh, that's a good play by them. Okay, so they actually got the faster Fake Out. Was that a good play by them? I kind of don't like that play by them because they're just like saying, if I'm not faster than you, I lose the game. I didn't like that by them, actually. I said I liked it, but I take it back. I'm going to double switch here. I'm going to bring Kierman on the Instant slot because I think they're just going to go for a electric move there again. As they Terra Ghost, actually. And they Flare Blitz me. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage. I'm now going to go for an Earth Power onto the Raging Bolt. And I'm going to Pollen Puff myself, I think. Yeah, I like Pollen Puffing myself here. And that should open me up to being able to KO this Raging Bolt later. I could have went for the Blizzard, I guess. Actually, Freeze Dry would have been the best move. But alas, I did not go for it because I am bad. Okay, the terrain's gone. Sorry, I have to go. GG, well played. GG. Okay. Well, we take those, I guess. We're one step closer. All right, we're on to the next game. I decided to bring the Rain team again because I think it's kind of funny. I enjoy just using fast priority and hitting everything hard. They happen to have... I see you over there. I see that Ogerpon. It's trying to hide. I see it. They have a team that does not like fighting Pelipper. So let's use Pelipper. And honestly, they have a team that also does not like fighting Scizor. So let's use Scizor. They lead the Landorus plus the Roaring Moon. I'm going to Tailwind, and I want to use her in so bad, but I think I'm going to Bullet Punch. I think we match Tailwinds, though, for sure. And then we hit this Moon with a Bullet Punch. See how much we do. That did a lot of damage, actually. We get the Tailwind up. We can now go to our Chen Pal. I'm going to Muddy Water and Icicle Crash this Roaring Moon. I get the knockout. I get the knockout. In comes Ogerpon and their own Chen Pal. I'm going to go for a Sacred Sword and a Muddy Water. They go for a Protect. What's stopping me from just going for another Muddy Water plus Sacred Sword? That doesn't get me. Did I miss? I did miss. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, well, that's actually not the worst situation in the world, at least. I'm going to go for an Icicle Crash onto the Ogerpon. do good damage, get my Tailwind back up. I flinched them, which was very lucky for me. I'm gonna go for a Sucker Punch. No, I'm gonna go for a Sacred Sword into their. Do I go for a Sacred Sword here? I don't want to break my sash yet. I kind of want to Sacred Sword Muddy Water. I kind of want to Sucker Punch Muddy Water. I'm gonna Sucker Punch Muddy Water. Yup. Okay. Perfect. And now we are in just a situation where I don't know why, but Pelipper is the best Pokemon in the format. What is happening? We're in a situation where Pelipper just like single-handedly won me a game. Okay, in comes Okidoggy and Goldango. I'm just gonna. Do I blind? Sure. We're just gonna blind Hurricane and see what happens. We hit. We get the knockout. Out comes Lando. Earth Power. Sacred Sword. Okay. Pelipper might be the best Pokemon in the game. I don't know what's going on. This thing is broken. We're close. We're not there yet. There's a few more games, hopefully. There's a few more wins. All right, on to the next game. We're up. Oh no, I just saw his name. Oh, no. Buffalo God 60. Oh, oops. Sorry if you guys heard. I'm panicking. Buffalo God 69. Oh no. Oh no. How do I beat Buffalo God 69? Look at his team. What do I do? Okay, I'm gonna lead Lando. Oh god, I just got owned. I'm gonna go to my. I'm gonna protect. Go to my Pelipper. They go for the fake out. They chose for high horsepower. I saved myself. Oh my god, I'm a god. I'm gonna go for the Terra Steel. I got owned. I felt so good, and then I just felt so bad. Oh god, why do I have to fight the god? Okay, I'm gonna go to my Raging Bolt and is this Disquake? I'm gonna protect and switch my Raging Bolt. They Terra Stellar blasted. I don't know what's going on anymore. This guy is. He's making me freak out. I guess he is the Stellar God. No, not Stellar God. Oh my god. I guess he is the Buffalo God for a reason. Oh my god. I'm gonna Volt Switch Sludge Bomb, I think. Ignore the. Yeah. I got good Sludge Bomb damage off. I'm gonna protect, I think, my Lando and Draco Meteor, the Mamoswine, and hope I can hit it. Nice. And I did big damage with Draco Meteor, which is huge. Now I can go to my Pelipper. I am faster, I believe. Did he go to Zapdos? I go to Pelipper. I go for the Sandsear, but they're the best player I ever touched this game. And oh no. What do I do? This person's. I feel like I'm getting owned. I know I'm not getting owned, but I feel like I'm getting owned. Surely Sludge Bomb. Well, I'm slower. Do I even need my Pelipper? What am I saying? I always need Pelipper. Have you seen what it's done? I'm gonna go to my Raging Bolt. I'm gonna go for an Earth Power onto the goat. I died. I did not think I was gonna die to that. That's not good. I'm gonna go for a Sacred Sword Volt Switch. In comes this guy. I'm gonna go for a close combat. Protect? No? I have to do damage here. I have to start damaging this thing somehow. So I can't like even risk it. I gotta go for a Sacred Sword and start doing damage. They set up more. I think I go for a close combat onto their instant and I switch my Pelipper. No, I can't do that. I have to just keep close combating this slot. They're gonna switch back out to their ensign. I'm getting owned. Wait, we're actually in a winning position somehow. Okay, so I switch to my Pelipper. They go to the Rillaboom. Nice. Get good close combat damage off. I'm now gonna switch. Tailwind. I'm gonna U-turn. Go to Bolt. Pelipper comes back out. Muddy Water, Draco Meteor this slot for damage. I get an accuracy drop. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose. I can't beat this thing. All right, in comes the Mamoswine. I don't even know what the Mamoswine's gonna do to me at this point. I'm just gonna Draco Meteor and Muddy Water. Are you gonna Ice Shard me? Just do it. I think I need a crit to win this game. Or a bunch of misses. No, I got rid of the Incineroar at least. There's the Ice Shard. I get the knockout. In comes... No, I just lose. I need like a crit. I don't think a crit saves me here. Okay, maybe a crit saves me here. Never mind, they played this bad. Now a crit saves me. Here we go. Okay, I didn't get the crit. GG. I guess we'll go on to the next one. Alright, I'm done throwing for content. Now we gotta lock in. Okay, here we go. We're up against Salfino. That's probably a Haze Murkrow, right? What the heck am I fighting, actually? Why? I want normal teams. Give me something normal. I'm running Suicune. I guess I'm not running a normal team. I can't complain. I'm gonna just snow mode early. I'm just gonna Blizzard. This might be... I'm gonna Terra 2 because I don't want to die to the Dragon move. But this might be the Sunny Day Murkrow, so I'm might be risking it all here. No, they're just taunt. They go for a Draco. I get 2 knockouts. Good start. All right, they go to Farigiraf and Sneasler. I'm going to go for a... What do I do here, actually? Because Incineroar switching here is right. I think I'd switch to No, because Incineroar going that slot's not the best. I think I'd double switch, actually. I go to Incineroar and Sinistra. But I have to do it in this order. Oh. Okay, well, I'm happy I did it in that order. Jeez. Alright, well, that's good, though, because now I can Parting Shot them, and I can go for a Matcha Gacha. Wait, no. I don't even do that. I go to my Ursaluna here. I Parting Shot them. They go for a Psychic. That's fine. Now I go to my Sinistra on this slot. Surely they went for a close combat on my... Yup. Oh, wait. I'm feeling sick all of a sudden. Hold up. Yep. There we go. Oh, that... Oh. Thank God it wasn't Buffalo God. Oh. Wait, what the heck is this? This guy is 1800s, and I am 1500s. Okay. This isn't normally. They're running a Sun team with Scarf, probably. Maybe Specs, probably Scarf. Typhlosion. I have Suicune, which can win on its own if I do this right. But I have to do this right. They lead their Torkoal and their Wake. I believe I'm just going to go for a Calm Mind and a switch to my Ninetales here. I don't see a reason why I would not. They might go for a Helping Hand and Draco Meteor into my Suicune, which could do a lot of damage. No, they go to the Farigiraf. Go for a Hydro Steam, that's fine. And I get a Calm Mind up. Now I'm going to go to my... That's a little scary, actually. Because I can't lose my Ninetales here. They could go for a Fire move here, or they could just literally go for another... I think my best bet is going Kyurem, right? And Calm Minding again? Yeah, I was going to say, because there's a very good chance they're just going to go for that again. Now I'm going to set up a third Calm Mind and go back to my Ninetales. Or do I go for a Scald here? I think I go for Scald, actually. Go back to Ninetales, Scald the Torkoal slot. Maybe they don't switch it. They do. I do get damage on the Lilligant, though, which is nice. And now I go to my Ensign. I'm going to go for a Blizzard and a... Honestly, I think I switched to my Sinistcha. They go for a Sleep Powder. They hit it, which is okay, I guess. Not very good. I'm getting owned right now. I'm not going to lie. I don't have a very good matchup into this. They go for the Solar Blade. I'm going to eat it. I do not wake up, which is not the best. They set up Stealth Rocks, which is also not the best. I'm just going to go for a Blizzard and a Parting Shot into the Torkoal slot. They go to their Bolt, actually. I don't... Dude. Please. Alright, well, I'm going to go for another Blizzard. And I guess I'll bring back out my Ensign. If I wake up and hit here... And they crit me. Not the best. I definitely was in a very good spot. They could not KO me, and I could have just kept going to my Sinistcha. But I think I'm just not lucky with this team. I think I'm just unlucky. In comes their Wake. And I don't know how I get out of this. I guess I just double the Wake and pray. No, they're just going to protect. I literally have no out, because as soon as that comes out, this guy right here, I lose the game anyway. I gotta get the knockout in the Wake here. The Wake's the main threat. I'm just gonna go to my Kyurem, I guess. They go for a Terra Blast. I avoid it because I switched, but... Yeah, now they go to Typhlosion, and I have literally no out, I think. I gotta go to Sinistcha here. Yeah, I think my only real play is to go to Sinistcha here. Go for the Earth Power. Maybe tank the Eruption. Yeah, now it's over. On to the next one. Alright, so we're up against Mouse. I'm a big Mouse fan. I'm going to lead Glamora plus Moon, and my reason for that is literally just because Glamora can kind of threaten like this game in general. Like I think I can just win with it on the spot. I'm going to go for a Tailwind Meteor Beam as long as I hit. Okay, good. I hit. I got the Tailwind up. Things are looking good. I'm going to now go to my Volcarona. I'm going to set up a Quiver Dance, and I'm going to Sludge Bomb the Mouse, the Slap King. I don't like that name on that Iron Hands. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, we're gonna be able to probably get the KO on the Mouse here. Yep, we're gonna be able to get Quiver Dance up. And they actually heavy slam into me, which means I get a layer of Toxic Spikes as well, which is very good for me. I can now go to anyone, really. I'm probably going to go to my Goldango, because I actually have Trick on my Goldango. They end up going to their Dragonite, interestingly enough. I kind of want to go for the Terra Fairy. Is that my best play? I'm afraid that... I think I Protect, actually, and I go for a Dazzling Gleam just to see what they do. And I go for that, which makes sense. I should live it, though. So I think I just go for... Yeah, I was going to say, I definitely live. I don't get the knockout, but now I'm able to just go to my Ogerpon. And... Heat Wave plus Follow Me? Yeah, I'm going to double Protect this turn, actually. Just because I want to get a little more damage on the hands before I let my guys go. And now I'm going to Follow Me, Heat Wave. Oh, no! Oh, that's so bad. Wait, no! Not again! Okay. So bad news is I had the game locked, and now I don't think I do. I'm going to go for a Protect Draco Meteor, because I need to try to get rid of this Chenpao. So they Sucker Punch, they Throat Chop. I do get it, okay. Now I'm going to go for the Terra Bug Buzz and Earth Power. And now I win. Okay, thank God. That was a little sketchy. Thankfully, even though I lost my Ogerpon, I was able to get the win anyway. GG. Yeah, if they made a read there, I probably could have lost too. I would have had the Heat Wave again. I was always Terra Fairy, so I could resist the Sucker Punch, but no, that was still sketchy. Critting my Ogerpon allowed them to be able to go for Sucker Punches without like a care in the world. Without that, I had Follow Me, and I just won the game on the spot. But we take those. We're still going. Forden Greenman? Forden Greenman 1000. We're fighting my worst nightmare, the Primarina. Every time I see that, I think I lose. And I did not want to see it now, that's for sure. I do have the ability to just Calm Mind on them. This is probably another... This can't be Howl, so it has to be Dragon Dance, right? Oh, wait, they had the Pelipper. I lose. Uh-oh. My worst nightmare. I didn't even see that. I'm going to lead... I want to lead... I think I want to lead my Ensign or my Among Us. I think I lead Ensign here. They lead Rillaboom and Landorus. They are faster with the Rillaboom. I can just go for like a Freeze Dry and a Fake Out onto this slot. Okay. They gave me the Pelipper. I'll take it. I'm going to go to my Ninetales now on my instant slot and Blizzard. I don't care if they go for a Wide Guard because I just basically guaranteed myself the Aurora Veil, which is great. I'm surprised they Fake Outing, and yeah, that's crazy. That was a crazy play by them. They go to their Gouging. It is actually Booster, but it's Booster Attack. I get my Ninetales in, but I'm going to have to switch it right back out because I'm at risk of the Pelipper coming back in. Funny enough, like the Pelipper coming in means that their fire moves are weaker. So I can kind of just take that to my advantage and just like Fake Out the Pelipper, get the knockout on it, keep the rain up, Earth Power here, do like a good chunk of damage. It can Breaking Swipes me. But like it's not a big deal. I'm in a great spot. In comes the Lando. I am actually faster than the Gouging as well, so I can actually just go to my Ninetales and go for a Blizzard. And I'm faster than both as well. And yeah, that's game. That was a pretty good matchup for me. I didn't even like look at their team. Have 6 Pokemon that hate fighting Kyurem. But that's kind of how it goes sometimes. Kyurem's just kind of broken. Okay, on to the next one. I've done this all in one session, by the way, guys. And we are 2 hours and 14 minutes in. I've been laddering nonstop for 2 hours and 14 minutes. I'm losing my mind a little bit, so if my commentary is a little jumbled and I don't know what I'm talking about, that's why. But we are up against Ori 1. And they have a lot of Pokemon I don't want to fight. Actually, to be honest, I think Bolt wins this and Ogerpon win this if I can deal with the 2 suspect Pokemon, which are... Actually, no, they don't, do they? Oh my god, why is this team so good? Their team is so much better than mine. Okay, we're going to lead Incin plus Ninetales. They lead Mienshao and Gengar. Yeah, not the lead I wanted to see. I'm not even going to lie. I'm going to turn into a Ghost type, which seems a little crazy, but if they go for like anything on my Incin, I'm kind of just getting KO'd. So I kind of got to not let that happen. I kind of need my Incin for now. They go for a Fake Out, actually, and a Sludge Bomb, and I get good damage on the Gengar, which is kind of the threat right now, to be honest. I'm going to go for a Flare Blitz on it, and I'm going to go for a Spore onto the Mienshao. They go for an Ice Spinner and get the knockout on me. I did not even think they were going to have that, but I guess they do. I guess. In comes Cleaver. I'm going to go for a Veil and switch to my Raging Bolt, their Choice Scarf, I guess. I got owned again. Oh my god, I'm getting owned. Dude, I'm getting destroyed right now. Okay, I'm going to go for a Calm Mind. I'm going to go to my Incin. Just to get intimidated on the Cleaver, I guess. They go for a Wide Guard. They go for another Stone Axe. And my Incin actually lives, which is huge. That's actually very, very big. I'm going to go for a Fake Out onto the Cleaver. And I'm going to go for a Dragon Pulse onto the Mienshao. I might get the knockout on it. Yeah, I was going to say, Mienshao's not very bulky. In comes the Shaman. I'm going to Calm Mind. And go to my Ninetales. Sack the Ninetales, get the Snow up. Dazzling Gleam, Terra Ground. Not what I was expecting to see, but that's fine. I'm going to go to my Kyurem here. And I think I Protect, actually, and just go for a Blizzard. Uh-oh. Okay, never mind. Maybe I don't do that. Okay, I'm going to Dragon Pulse the Shaman. No, I think I need the Cleaver gun. No, I need the Shaman gun. I'm going to Blizzard again. Okay, that was not good for me. Why did I go to Kyurem? I should have went to my Incin first. They go for the Air Slash here. I'm going to get a Blizzard off. Which doesn't get the knockout, but it does a good amount of damage. I flinch again. Now I'm going to go for another Blizzard. And go for the KO onto the Volcarona. I get the Blizzard off. They go for the Heat Wave. They don't even get the KO on my Kyurem. And I get the knockout on them. Okay. Do I just Thunderclap Blizzard? Okay, that was right. I was like, there's no way Cleaver's tanking this. Somehow I won. I felt like I was behind that whole game. I did not enjoy that at all. We're so close, dude. We're so close. Let me escape. Okay. We're back again. We're fighting another team that does not like fighting Kyurem. So we just need to literally do Kyurem things. If we do Kyurem things, we win the game. I'm so close. I think this is my last game. Usually, and I recommend this, do not do this in one sitting like I am right now. I'm just crazy, and I wanted to get this over with. And I also wanted to do a ladder session recording for you guys, since I'm going to be doing that for Pokemon Champions when it comes out. So I was like, you know what? Let's test it out right now, see how it goes. Nice thing is I'm having fun with some of the teams I'm using. So that is a plus, at least. They led? Huh. I don't trust this. I feel like I'm about to get like taunted. I'm gonna Veil Freeze Dry. Okay, I didn't get taunted. I got protected on and okay. Well, that's fine actually. Because I can just go to Bolt, right? And go for a Freeze Dry again. Nothing wants to come in on this Freeze Dry. They could go for like maybe a Terra here, but that doesn't matter to me. Or do I even go Bolt? Maybe I go Instant first. Because they're going to Snarl anyway. So I don't go Bolt here because they're going to Snarl me. I'm going to be at -1. So I go to Instant instead. I can knock them off. I can pressure, fake out on not the Entei, but whatever is on the other side. I can put the Entei at -1 and then bring in my Among Us. And then I can pressure Sleep. And, oh, I should timer. I was like, this is taking a while. Okay, and then I can pressure Sleep. So I switch out. Are they going to switch too? They're going to switch too. They go to their Chen Pal. That is fine. They go for a Sacred Sword. That doesn't do a whole lot. I am now going to go for the Parting Shot. Do I even go for the Parting Shot here? Or do I hard switch? I think I hard switch actually. And I go for a Flash Cannon onto their Chen Pal. Okay, hard switching was right. I don't think I want to Terra anyone else. So I'm going to Terra my Among Us and go for a Spore. And go to my Ensign. Yeah, because if I'm at neutral special attack, then I'm doing a lot. And then I can also Pollen Puff myself later. So I get them to -1. They go for a Sacred Sword. That was a good Sacred Sword by them. They go for a... Yeah, that was just a good turn by them in general. I'm going to Parting Shot the Entei slot as I predict them to go for a Protect. And I'm going to Pollen Puff myself. And now I am in a very good spot. I'm going to go for a Spore and a Freeze Dry into the Chen Pal slot. The reason for that is nothing wants to be taking a Spore on here besides the Ogre Pawn. So if I do this, I can say, hey, bring out your Ogre Pawn if you want. It's getting Freeze Dried. And I get the Spore off on it, which is great. I'm now going to go for a Spore onto the Entei slot and go for an Earth Power. If they wake up, it's fine because I'm getting a Spore off on it. And they do. I am now going to go to my Ninetales and I'm going to go for another Earth Power because I want to get rid of this thing eventually. Unless, actually, it's not really threatening me too much. I'm going to go for a Blizzard. I need to get damage onto this Raging Bolt. So going Ninetales here on my last turn of Veil is very important. There goes the Blizzard. I'm doing enough to threaten a knockout on next turn. It did not wake up. I get the Veil up. Go for another Blizzard. Which is great. And now they are in a very bad spot. Because I have Veil up. I got the KO on there. Raging Bolt. Nothing wants to come in here. Yeah, I was going to say, this game was over. They got shut down by Among Us very hard. Among Us plus Kiram was literally like an 100-0 matchup for them. So that was just a good matchup for me. And is that it? I'm 7. No, I'm 4 points off. Oh my god, I'm 4 points off. I think if I lose, though, I get it anyway, too. So let's just do our last one. Okay, guys, we have our last game, hopefully. We're up against Screens, Scrafty, Double... I don't know what I'm fighting. I never know these days, though. I figured because it's the Espathra test, I may as well end it off with a Espathra. Going to try to win with it. I'm going to be honest, this matchup doesn't look the worst for it, unless this is like Nasty Plot. If this is Nasty Plot, Sinistra, I just lose because I don't have the Heatran on this version of the team, so this kind of just doesn't want to fight that. Unless I get to like my Goldango or something. There's no reason for me to lead my Incin off the bat because I'm not threatening much with it. I'm going to lead my Espathra instead. I'm going to go for a Calm Mind and a Fake Out onto the Grimmsnarl. And they lead. Sinistra, is this the Calm Mind or Nasty Plot one? No, but they do go for a Shadow Ball anyway, and it does a ton of damage to me. I'm going to go for a Protect, and I'm going to U-turn onto the Sinistra, actually. And the reason for this is because I can actually go to my Ogre Pawn here, and first I can threaten the Sinistra, but second, I can also just redirect the Shadow Balls. And I don't think they have, like, good counterplay to that. So I'm going to go to my Ogre Pawn. They go for another Shadow Ball. I'm going to go for another Calm Mind, and they follow me. They go for a Thunder Wave. It misses, which is good because now I don't have to play those annoying mind games with it. Do I just go for another Calm Mind here? Is +2 enough? I mean, I could just keep going. I'm going to Protect. I'm going to Ivy Cudgel the Sinistra here. As they go to Lando, to be honest, that's not very good for them. I'm just going to go for a Follow Me and a Stored Power onto this Lando. And I don't think they have... I don't know if they live. They go for the Thunder Wave. Stored Power. I think it got it without the crit. I'm +2. Like, I have too many stats. In comes the Scrafty. I'm just going to Protect. And go to my Instant, I guess. I don't see why not. They go for a Spirit Break. They do damage to me, I guess. Dragon Tail. They reveal the Dragon Tail. But the game's just over. I'm going to Baton Pass, and I'm going to fake out the Grimmsnarl. Dragon Tail does not affect my Fairy type Primarina in the back. So I'm just going to bring out Primarina. The Dragon Tail fails. I'm going to Protect, Parting Shot, I guess, the Scrafty. I'm now, like, max speed Primarina. I can now go to my, I guess, my Rillaboom. And I can just Draining Kiss the Scrafty and fake out the Grimmsnarl. The only reason I'm doing that is so I don't get Thunder Waved, and that, yeah, that's game. That was a fun game to end it on, guys. And there we go. I'm at 3,000 coil. That is more than enough to get the requirements to vote for if Espathra should be banned or not. I'm sure you guys can tell, based on how I'm talking, that I definitely do think Espathra should be banned. I don't think these are the best examples. I'm playing against ladder players. But, I mean, do you think this was fun for the ladder players, you know? Like, I think that should be part of the mindset we're looking at, too. The average player does not want to fight against Espathra, right? Like, unless you have, like, a crazy matchup or the person does not know how to play it, Espathra is just going to win 9 times out of 10, you know? And it also invites newer players to run Espathra, too. And it's just not a engaging way to play doubles. It's just sitting there, fake out cycling, baton passing, and then getting your Espathra back in possibly at one point if you don't win the game off the bat. And I know there's other Pokemon that do that, like the Goldango, for example. There's a lot of Goldango double fake out, switching teams, but the difference is always going to be the defense stats. There's very few Pokemon in the game that can do both. And if they do both, there's some sort of drawback to them. Like Kamo, for example. Kamo can set up all of its stats, but in return, it's taking damage. Blaziken doesn't have that hard hitting of moves, and the moves that it does have, it hurts itself. And it's also setting up on the physical side, which there's actually a lot of ways to punish that as opposed to the special side, plus giving yourself a defense boost. Because on the special side, as we've seen with Pokemon like Fluttermane, you can always just Intimidate cycle. You can Will-O-Wisp. There's ways around the physical defense as opposed to the special defense where you kind of just have to say, okay, hopefully I can hit it hard enough on the physical side. But yeah, this was a very long recording session. It took me 2.5 hours to do this. I'm going to obviously cut this up a little bit between games because you guys don't need to sit there and wait between like timer stuff if I'm not recording and all that, or if I'm not talking and all that. But for the most part, you're getting the raw footage of what it's like to ladder in one of these suspect test ladder sessions, and also kind of get to make your own opinion on if you think Espathra is broken or not. I know you didn't get to see a lot of it in this, and I didn't go over it too much, but I think in the games you did see, hopefully you could see why it's annoying to fight against and why I personally think that it should be banned. But yeah, that's it for me. I'll see you guys for the next video.